breaking news. Rayful Edmonds III has passed away today, December 17th. Rayful Edmonds has passed away today. He has passed away from a heart attack. I'm going to break down to you in a street manner what the heart is in the street and what it means to have a heart attack. So sit back. This is nothing like you will ever hear before, because I'm going to talk to you right now as my comrades, even you civilians, and I'm proud of you for being civilians. But you have to know both sides, and hopefully this would deter the youngins that's on the fence, 1 foot off the curb, from jumping off the fence or stepping off the curb. Let's get this joint started. Cop my man Lou Sims' book. All right, the QR code on the screen work, and subscribe at Mecca Audio TV. You know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. This is about Rayful Edmonds III. They labeled him the notorious DC drug kingpin, Rayful Edmonds. He served over 3 decades in prison. They sent him to a halfway house. He was being governed by, the Memphis police, Mississippi police. They getting ready to break it down. Check out the news joint. And before I go any further, I want to let it be known that we have 4 brothers that's in Ohio right now. You could go to change.org/ it's going to be in the description. Change.org/ the Ohio 4. All right? The Ohio 4. That's it. Oh, free the Ohio 4. Change.org/ free the Ohio 4. All right, it's going to be in the comment. Let's get this thing started.
News for some, the notorious one-time cocaine kingpin of D.C., Rayful Edmonds, has been released from a federal prison. Edmonds served more than 3 decades of a life sentence, his crimes helping to inspire our City Under Siege coverage in the 1980s. But Edmonds has also worked as a government informant, leading in part to his early release. Fox 5's Bob Barnard is live in Northeast D.C. with all the details. Bob?
See, just so you understand, right? I had to stop it. I was going to play it all the way through, but I had to stop it because this is live, right? Once he worked for the government, he lost his heart. He lost his courage to fight. Not saying this to shoot him a gunshot or nothing, but I got to let the youth know what it is. When you enter these streets, man, under no circumstances do you surrender. I'm going to break down, when we was growing up, we said somebody had a heart. You remember? Yo, he got heart. That was just another way of saying he got courage. He got heart. He don't fall for nothing. He got heart. He fight anybody. He got heart. He do the craziest things. He got heart. He's brave. But when you surrender, you lost your courage. When you sit in front of the opposition and you chose to be a robber and they chose to be cops, and then you get picked up and then you decide to cooperate with the cops, that means you lost your courage. You lost your heart to be a criminal, and now you want to be a cop. And that's all that is. And that's why I'm telling you, that's the way it is on the street. I'm not giving my opinion right now. Y'all already know where I stand. But I just have to let y'all know how it go. Do you want to have heart and go to jail for the rest of your life? I'm not going to tell. I'm not going to this. I'm not going to call the police. I'm going to let a little old lady get stabbed, but I can't tell because, I'm from the street. It's your choice. But I'm just letting you know, when you go on the street and you flip to work with the opposition, you lose everything. And that even wears down on your heart. That even wear down on your heart for, those that have chose the path of working with the opposition because they expect to get the big, warm embrace. And now many is shunning them and, as we say in Jamaican, behind their back. So all of that work and wear down the heart, but for you to uh, work with the opposition when you on the street, that mean that you didn't have the heart. So that was his, no disrespect, just give it to you raw. That was his first heart attack. That was Rayful's first heart attack when he agreed to work with the government. That was his moral heart attack. And over time, now his physical heart attack has kicked in. And remember, we got Free the Ohio 4. Please go to change.org. Free the Ohio 4. Out of Ohio, 4 brothers that, was locked up for 3 decades. And they was already found not guilty, but they still playing games with them. They already said that, they didn't commit the crime 3 decades ago, but they still holding them in prison. I'm going to do a whole show on that, but Free the Ohio 4. These is our brothers that had the heart to go. They had the heart to fight. They knew they was innocent. They didn't succumb even when they tried to offer them 5 years and 10 years or whatever they may have tried to offer them. They didn't fold. They went all the way because they knew they was innocent and they kept their heart and their morals intact. And we need you now to go and free the Ohio 4 at change.org. Let me play this out, man. Then we're going to get back to this, man, because this is...
Hey there, Shamari. Rayful Edmonds' base of operations was in this northeast D.C. neighborhood around 4th and M Street. The Federal Bureau of Prisons today says that Rayful Edmonds was released from custody yesterday and transferred to a halfway house. They're not saying where, but the Bureau's Nashville, Tennessee office is now in charge of his case. You're about to hear from a longtime D.C. activist who says he's known Rayful Edmonds for years, and he spoke to him yesterday.
He told me he's going to a halfway house. He didn't say where, but he said he'd get back with me.
I'm back better than ever.
This is video that's been circulating on social media today, purported to be the now 59-year-old Rayful Edmonds in an airport, just having been released from prison.
When I spoke to him, he was in the airport, going to get on another plane.
We spoke to Tyrone Parker today. He's a founding member of a D.C.-based organization called Alliance of Concerned Men and has known Rayful Edmonds for years, since he became a federal prisoner.
Oh, that was the picture I saw when I was in ADX of them taking Rayful on the airplane, man. Yo, like I said, this is not the bashing because it broke my heart. I was with Rayful in Lewisburg back in 94, man, before that happened in 95, right? And I'm not even gonna lie, that broke our hearts when we seen that when I was in ADX. I was there with Lance from DC, Big Dave Ford from DC, Fly from DC. But when we saw that on TV, that broke our heart, man. Because we looked at Ray as one of us. He might not have been aggressive with the pistol, but he was Ray. But when he did that, just so you understand, the same way this man on the screen, I'm allowing him to give him his flowers because that's what he deserves in that type of world. But when you on the street world and then you flip like he did, I mean, it's like you lose everything. You lose everything. When you flip, you lose everything you have ever done. It don't matter how many bodies, it don't matter how many bricks. When you do that, you lose everything. From that one violation. You lose everything. And that's why I do these shows, because I want the youth to see both sides. You got people, like he said, it's been over 3 decades ago. Forgive the man. Let that go. When are you going to let it go? That's what they're saying over here. But then over here, they saying scumbag need to be dead. Man, please forgive them. Scumbag need to be dead. That's what happened. What side are you going to be on? You pick your side, and I hope you pick the right side that, you know what I mean, that make your heart know that we're dealing with another human being. Even though he did that, I don't have anything against him, but I'm not going to kumbaya with him. I don't have anything against him or anybody else that tell. Only thing I got is distance, because the law would judge them. So I don't have anything negative to say, but I do want the youth to know how this thing go, man. Look how we got, you know, like I said, at change.org, free the Ohio 4. Please go to change.org and /free the Ohio 4. These is 4 innocent brothers that was proven innocent by court of law, and they've been locked up over 30 years, and they still down there while the courts are playing games. Go to change.org / whatever you want to call it, you know, free the Ohio 4, and you'll see their case, how crazy this system is. So if any of you young people want to keep breaking the law and saying, you know, Rayful's a scumbag and, you know, and this one and that one and talking bad, know that they got a cage for you too. They have a page, man, they got a cage for you and a page in their book, man. That page in their book says deceased. Do you understand the words that are coming out my mouth, how serious this is when I tell you don't get involved in the street? Many people cheered when Rayful came home, and many people cursed him when he came home. So it limits his side of where he could stand and where he could go. That's why we say, like I said, that youngin' got heart. When you say that somebody got heart back in my days, saying he got courage. You saying he's a warrior. He's going up against any opposition. But when he falls in front of the opposition, that hurts. Just so you understand, man. Let's keep it moving.
He's doing well. He's happy, as you can almost imagine. It's a miracle that he's home.
Rayful Edmonds was arrested at age 24, sentenced in federal court in 1990 to life in prison for basically introducing crack cocaine to D.C., helping the city earn the title the murder capital of the U.S. in the 1980s, convicted of running a criminal enterprise of about 150 people, raking in $300 million a year, responsible for the murders of at least 30 people. Speaking to Fox 5 in prison shortly after his conviction.
From what I've been reading in the newspaper and seeing on the news, Washington, D.C. is worse than it was when we was out on the streets. So how could it be us?
You see, that's what I learned in psychology, and that's called mollifying. Mollifying meaning trying to justify a wrong to make it right. Rayful Edmonds, we poisoned our community. We spawned what came afterwards in our community that led up to whatever we have today in 2024 from our poisoning of our streets and our people. And we served our time for that. And we should both be forgiven for that. But from a street point of view, when we chose to walk the streets and run the streets, then we had different codes and morals and principles that we go under, different than the people that we was poisoning, that we asking for forgiveness from today. So we can't poison our people and then tell on our comrades. Put that oxymoron together. You poison the people, you tell on your comrades, so where do you expect to stand when you forsaken your people and you forsaken your comrade? And then you say, the streets is worse now than when we was out there. We created these streets, brother. See, until us brothers that was a part of this generation realized the real wrong and destruction and the shaping of this country that we caused, would never be forgiven in God's eyes. Because God lets you go as far as he allow you to go. But he's not going to let you crash out. But then when the devil grabs you and say, tell on your comrade, let's crash out. And that's what happened. But like I said, you know, nothing against them, but I'm just telling you where the streets stand and where YouTubers stand. You know what I mean? Let's just call it that. Not to disrespect nobody. So I say civilian YouTubers. Because y'all watch this to get the real, so I'm giving it to you real. That's why you feel my passion. You know what I mean? If I seen Rayful on the street, I wouldn't run and call him a rat bastard. I wouldn't make a scene. I just walk by and just, you know, and just allow him. As we say, I'll just allow him. So I'm not going to come up here and bash him or anybody else that didn't honor the code that I chose for myself. And I'm telling you not to choose for yourselves. Because it's a crazy code and a crazy world out there, man. You know how they say there's no rules to the street? You know, that's what people say when they get hurt. When they get hurt, they say there's no rules. I did it because there is no rules. Brother, we know there's no rules, but there's morals and principles, man. And loyalty. That's a big difference between rules. Loyalty. Loyalty to your comrade. You get caught, you wear your weight the same way you wouldn't want your comrade to tell on you. It's why you wouldn't tell on your comrade. That's why I tell you to go to change.org/free the Ohio 4. 4 brothers that was acquitted of their charges by the court system, the prosecutor and everybody trying to get them out, and the judges is taking forever to make the ruling, hoping that the new incoming prosecutor come in and snatch it back from under them, when it was already proven in the court of law that they're innocent. Could you believe that? Come on, man. You know? But that's where we at. You know, hold up. Somebody calling in. Let me just play the end of this. Hold on, y'all.
But Edmond received another 30-year sentence for dealing massive amounts of drugs from his Pennsylvania prison cell. Now, many years later, his petition to be released from prison early has been granted. Jason Downs has been Edmond's attorney for the past 7 years.
He feels that he has served, and we believe that Mr. Edmond has served and paid his debt to society.
Let's give the man a chance. Yeah, he some terrible things occurred that he was a part of. But we're talking about 33 years ago.
Mr. Parker says Edmond seems remorseful and told him he wants to now give back to the community.
See, and there's nothing wrong with that. That man said everything right. It was 33 years ago. But the problem we have is that he told on his comrades. And his comrades feel a certain way, and the YouTubers feel a certain way. And that's where it's at. He chose to be in the street. He poisoned the community along with me. He got locked up along with me. We was in Lewisburg together. You know what I mean? And he went and told on his comrades. He told on his comrades. So they have an issue with that. And anybody that's from the streets have an issue with that. And that's why I really want y'all to understand how this is a tight line, man. I don't go debating this. I just tell y'all what the rules is, whether you go with it or not. Y'all debate it. I'm not going to be in the comments going back and forth. This is what it is. You don't tell on your comrade. You tell on your comrade, you lose everything. Let's play this out, man. Man.
Bob, I'm looking to take help from anybody that I would think they could help to stop the killing.
Exactly.
I cannot afford to have selective morality.
Exactly.
He's done his 33 years, and he deserves a second chance. And if he can help to save one person, that's good enough for me.
See, and that's how that man feels. Put it in the comments how you feel. Put it in the comments. I just want the babies to live, man. I just want the babies to live. What do you want? Put it in the comments.
Now, there are many other people who are not happy with today's development. Some of them, frankly, didn't want to go on camera and talk to us. Rayful Edmonds was, for a long time, a government informant, and his information helped to put other drug dealers here in D.C. behind bars. And yet, guys, when he left prison, he did not do so under an assumed name or in the witness protection program.
You know about the drugs, time spent in prison, allegations against law enforcement, and iconic political figures.
All right, so that's what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. We up here. I just wanted to drop this joint so that y'all understand what is really going on and how this thing play out. You know? Let me bring it back, because, you know, I could do all kinds of driving, man. I could do all kinds of driving. You know, and I want to thank everybody for your donations that helped build this studio. You most appreciated. But like I said, Rayful Edmonds has passed today. 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 All right, let's tap out.
Cheers, cheers. Toast the crime.
Made history. By law enforcement to be an informant at the age of 14.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio.